Говори! Поехали! И живой звездой, словно вдоль по питерской несется над землей. Бессмертно вновь живет ни надежд и тревог, песни рассвета в сердцах лунок запевают звездных дорог. Но прямо солнцу пламень алый.
Нет,
I'm waiting here. I believe 2 minutes. Over there. Yesterday, I saw those in the airport. You're welcome.
Hi, glad to see you.
Saturday, okay, so you
Hello, how are you? Thank you. How are you doing?
Tom Stafford, yes.
Tom Stafford, he's here.
I don't know if
Did you say hello? About 50%. I think you're gonna tell him. This is wonderful. I never thought you knew each other. That's what I've been talking about. Inaudible. Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, dear friends,
Dear friends,
I'm very happy to greet you here at our joint celebration of the 50th anniversary of Yuri Alexeyevich Gagarin's flight in space. I know that a lot of you had to cover a lot of territory in order to get here to Moscow. I'm very appreciative to all those who responded to our invitations and who were able to come here. I know that there are visitors who are present right now with us from North and South America, from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, naturally. And I'm very grateful to all of you that you have arrived to our festivities, both for today and tomorrow. I would also like to express gratitude to the ambassadors of foreign countries who are present here with us today and who tomorrow are going to be a part of the celebration in Kremlin. In spite of such vast geography, many of us know one another very well. We get together often, we work together, and among ourselves, I would say that most of us, or all of us, are kindred spirits. It's been 50 years since that historic event when Yuri Alexeyevich Gagarin was the first one to fly in space. And in the 20th century, it has become the most extraordinary event, the most significant event, not only in Russia, but in the whole world. And we're very proud of the fact that the first cosmonaut went into space on April 12, 1961, and he was our compatriot. Over the 50 years since that event, the cosmonautics or astronautics has become an area of focus for greatest achievements. It's not possible today to imagine our modern life without acknowledging the results of space exploration. However, what is more important is that the Earth orbit, as well as space itself, have become an area for very close collaboration between international partners. For the very beginning of the space era, there was a number of international programs. Apollo-Soyuz, Mir Shuttle, Intercosmos, and now there is one of the greatest international programs, which is the International Space Station. Over the 50 years in space, there has been about 500 people and from almost 40 countries. And today, spaceflight has ceased being something extraordinary or unusual or something out of science fiction. And even such a notion as space tourism has appeared. I'm very happy to announce that upon the decision of the special session of the United Nations, the April the 12th has been declared a special holiday. I'm certain that international cooperation of space exploration is going to capture a greater number of countries all the time in order to seek solutions of global programs and also to the end of success and progress of the entire mankind. I can see colleagues and friends in this room, my acquaintances, my kindred spirits, and we're united by a single purpose, single work, single interest, and nobody can remain indifferent towards that. We hope that we'll be able to achieve the improbable in the area of space exploration. I would like to wish everyone success, all the best things in life.
All the best, and thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you.
А теперь выступит генеральный директор историко-культурного
And now, General Director
Московский Кремль
of Historical Cultural Preserve, Moscow Kremlin,
Гагарина.
Елена Юрьевна Гагарина.
Daughter Yuri Gagarin, and she is the director
She is the daughter of Yuri Gagarin.
of Moscow Kremlin.
Дорогие друзья, позвольте
Dear friends, allow me to congratulate you with the upcoming holiday, the 50th anniversary of the first flight in space.
замечательно, что сегодня
It's wonderful that today we have
космонавты многих стран
cosmonauts and astronauts gathered who come from many countries and who participate in our space exploration. There are fine scientists and engineers because of whom it's possible to create the technology which
It's
исследуете.
you
remarkable that
study.
То, что все сегодня здесь
The fact that everyone here is here speaks to the fact that
наука
modern science is not possible
всех стран
without the efforts of all the countries, all continents. It wouldn't be possible without the goodwill of various countries that join their efforts together in order to move our humanity forward.
И мне хотелось бы
And I would like to congratulate everyone
тех, кто занимается
because those who do research, space research, those are people who have extraordinary health, extensive knowledge,
не так много
and
нас, кто окружает
there are
повседневной жизни.
not so many people like that who surround us in everyday life, and you're capable of implementing all the ideas, or solve all the problems that are put before you.
Позвольте мне выразить мое глубочайшее
Allow me to express my profound
мое уважение
admiration
тем, кто
and
действует
respect
сегодня.
for everyone present here. And one more time, congratulations.
and admiration to all of you who are here today. And
Thank you.
holiday.
Спасибо. А теперь я хотела бы пригласить
And now I would like to
астронавта США,
ask a United States astronaut who was a part of the Apollo 10 expedition
НАСА за выдающиеся
and
заслуги.
who has earned merits from NASA for his outstanding achievements. Thomas Stafford.
General Parmenov, коллеги, дамы и господа, я очень рад
I'm very happy
с вами.
to say these words.
Yuri
Congratulations.
Gagarin.
Celebration of Yuri Alexeyevich Gagarin.
Я уверен, что
I am certain that without Gagarin's flight,
я не буду летал на Луну.
I wouldn't have flown.
Алексеевич,
Yuri Alexeyevich
лековый герой.
is
Советский Союз
a hero of the Soviet Union.
со миром. Спасибо.
Thank you.
Okay, dear colleagues from all over the world,
Уважаемые коллеги, представляющие космические организации всего мира,
we are here together to celebrate Yuri Gagarin, a citizen of the world who changed the world. As a matter of fact, in 100 minutes, Yuri Gagarin has broken a lot of frontiers. Obviously, the frontier of space, that he enjoyed very much. I must say that I am sure that his enthusiasm during the flight has opened the door for, as Anatoly Perminov said, 500 space travelers from 40 different countries. And he has opened also the frontiers of politics because it was at the time of the Cold War, and that space travel has extended the race between the Eastern and Western Bloc from just weapons to peaceful travels. And but I think that the most important, he has broken the frontiers of dreams. Dreams for all citizens of the world, and especially for the young generations.
Исследования космоса и тех вещей, пока
Обамы, руководителю аппарата штаб-квартиры
The
Национальной администрации
lead of the
космических исследований
headquarters
Зановскому.
of the airspace research, Mr. Zanovsky, has the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Permanoff, for inviting us to this wonderful, just a wonderful setting here to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Yuri Gagarin. Administrator Bolden sends his regards, and he will see you later this week to celebrate more in terms of Gagarin. I can't tell you how pleased I am to be here, to be amongst all these national heroes who have flown in space and the men and women of Russia who helped make it possible for Yuri Gagarin. Right, Jean-Jacques, I am a son of Yuri Gagarin. I too want to fly in space. I too have not so far.
Я бы тоже хотел полететь в космос, но пока мне не удалось.
But to be amongst all of you, that's close as I'm going to get. Maybe 2 years ago, I had the opportunity and the privilege to see a Soyuz launch and stand at the pad where Yuri Gagarin launched. One of the highlights of my life. 50 years ago, we were adversaries between the United States and Russia. But it wasn't long before we had Apollo-Soyuz, and here we stand 50 years since Yuri Gagarin's flight. We have an international space station that we've been operating permanently with humans on space for 10 years. In 50 years. It's an amazing feat to come from Yuri Gagarin's launch to having all these countries here today working together. And it all started with Yuri Gagarin.
А начало положил Юрий Гагарин.
I want to thank you all for being here today. A real privilege to be here to celebrate with you, Mr. Permanoff. And before I get off the stage, I'd like to introduce Mr. Gerstemeyer and Mr. Safardini, who are the head of space operations at NASA and the International Space Station Program Manager, and would like to offer you a montage of our appreciation to celebrate international cooperation in space, as well as the 50th anniversary of Yuri Gagarin's launch.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Франция, Яник Дескота.
France, Yannick Descotta.
Elle est là où la Belgique de Côte, Yannick Descata, président de finance.
Monsieur le directeur, cher Anatoly, mesdames et messieurs, chers collègues, chers amis.
Господин директор, дорогой Анатолий, уважаемые дамы и господа, дорогие коллеги.
Mr. Director, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues.
De Yuri Gagarin, empreint d'une telle jeunesse, il est parfois difficile d'admettre que son exploit, le premier vol d'un homme dans l'espace, est déjà vieux d'un demi-siècle.
Right now, when I remember Yuri Gagarin, such a young man, it's hard to imagine at this time that such an exploit is already 50 years old, the first flight in space.
Cet exploit avait suscité à l'époque un hommage et un enthousiasme unanime sur la terre entière, auquel la France s'était bien entendu associée.
It's very vividly described here, the Gagarin flight.
Pour vous remercier de votre invitation à me joindre.
Осуществился 12 апреля 1961 года.
It happened on April 12, 1961.
My youth, my teenager period was compressed between two major events. The flight of Yuri Gagarin in 61, and then the descent of the moon of the American Neil Armstrong.
Space, humanity always looked up to the sky. It's natural. Naturally, we were happy. I'm certain that no matter how long it takes, and no matter how long he flew in space, the space destiny, wherever space destiny takes a human being, they're going to look further. Probably there will be new discoveries. We would probably get to Mars one day. Maybe there won't be any apple trees blooming there, but at least it's good to dream. So certain, so sure of our Russian colleagues. Over 50 years of manned flight in space,
Пользуясь второго года, Китай начал свою деятельность по пилотируемой космонавтике.
We have started our work on manned space flight, and we would like to note
this space party on behalf of just President Keiji Tachikawa.
Я нахожусь здесь по личному приглашению Анатолия Николаевича и представляю японское агентство.
I'm invited here on invitation of Anatoly Nikolaevich Perminov, and I'm representing the Japanese Space Agency.
To commemorate the 50th anniversary of Yuri Gagarin's first ever human space flight.
Для меня поздравить вас с 50-летием первого полета в космос Юрия Гагарина.
I also would like to express my sincere respect for the great nation of Russia and the cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin, who accomplished the first human space flight in the world.
А также
Human space flight. In 2000, Russia has been supported.
Has a number of international awards, including a Canadian Cross for Achievements Before Humankind, the head of Canadian Space Agency, Steve McLean.
Thank you, distinguished guests. Because of an individual act of courage, backed by a nation of strength, we have gone from competition in the spaceflight program, from competition to cooperation to inspiration. And the inspiration of Yuri Gagarin's spaceflight changes the way we see the skies above us, changes the way we see space. And especially for the inspiration of our children, there are generations of children that have never known anything but space travel. And with this cooperation, as we look beyond and the inspiration of where we're going, we looked into the archives of the Canadian, in our Canadian Parliament, and I found the original telegram from our Prime Minister Diefenbaker, to Nikita Khrushchev in April of 1961. Directed to Prime Minister Vladimir Putin, I would like to give it to Mr. Perminov.
Анатолий Николаевич, вот здесь написано, что Владимиру Путину хочу через вас передать ему от космического канадского агентства.
This was the beginning of our cooperation, and I think it will inspire both countries to look beyond.
Эта телеграмма знаменует начало нашего сотрудничества в космосе и, надеюсь, будет вдохновлять и последующие поколения для успешной совместной работы. Thank you very much, and we'll continue doing that.
First, in 1975, with the Apollo and Soyuz joining in orbit, and a few years later, in 1979, with the joint developments by Canada, France, the USSR, and the USA of the Cosmonautics satellite system for search and rescue.
Чтобы отразить ваш вклад в развитие наших систем.
It's a real privilege.
This is a friendship for life for both of us.